please remain standing for the Star Spangled Banner? Drum majors of Zach Polanski and Elizabeth Ward. Congratulations. We consider it a special honor to be led in our Pledge of Allegiance by our seniors that have enlisted in the military. And as our guests, all our recruiters have shown up. So we will first call to the stage our recruiters from the United States Navy, Petty Officer First Class Mark Dufresne. From the Marine Corps, Staff Sergeant Arthur Knight. From the Air National Guard, Staff Sergeant Mark Mojica. From the Army National Guard, Sergeant First Class Edward Young. And from the Army, Staff Sergeant Brandon Roberts and Sergeant Jonathan Bridges. Who have committed to the United States military. Victoria Prevost to the United States Navy. Zach Chesney to the United States Marine Corps. Brianna Lasky and Matthew Miller to the Air National Guard. Please come up front and lead us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Class of 2015's graduation ceremony. My name is Andy Rock and I'm the very proud principal of Rockville High School. First, some housekeeping matters. We're required, of course, to show our exits. We have 4 exits in the back, and as you can see on either wing ahead, there's exit signs marked. Also, I took out my cell phone because it has a habit of going off, so give me a moment while I silence my phone. Thank you. It gives me great pleasure to welcome as our guests here tonight some very special volunteers and otherwise to the town of Vernon. Let me recognize all those who have gratefully showed up to honor your students tonight. Our superintendent, Dr. Mary Conway, our assistant superintendent, Mr. Jeffrey Burt, the Honorable Daniel Champagne, Mayor of the town of Vernon, Mr. John Ward, the town administrator, State Senator Anthony Guglielmo of the 35th District, State Representative Tim Ackert of the 8th District, Ms. Patricia Buell, our Director of Personnel, and members of the Board of Education, Ms. Ann Fisher, Chair, Mr. Dean Houle, Ms. Laura Bush, Ms. Michelle Arnn, Ms. Thomasina Russell, and Mr. Steve Linton. From our Town Council, Ms. Kim Appleyard, Ms. Julie Clay, Ms. Pauline Schaefer, Mr. Steve Wakefield, and Mr. Fred Lehman. Won't you join me in giving them a round of applause for this? And now, this recognition is always very special to me, and I know our students will join me in this one. Getting your sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters and friends and cousins and everything else here is really a team effort. Our graduates, you did a ton of work. Your parents and family did a ton of work, but also our faculty and staff from all the Vernon Public Schools also really pitch in for your kids and give them heart and soul. It gives me very special pleasure to recognize all the Vernon Public Schools staff and faculty that have showed up. I'll ask you to rise and accept our thanks for being here tonight. Thank you so much. You are very fortunate to have such fabulous teachers for your students. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker. With more than 42 years of service as a teacher here at Rockville High School, 4 years as a student, please join me in welcoming Arthur L. Wheelock, Jr.
Please stay line. Good evening, members of the Board of Ed, Dr. Conway, Mr. Rocket, all dignities, especially the class of 2015, and again, especially the faculty and staff of Rockville High School, which have been a major part of my life. First of all, I want to thank you for putting up with me for over 42 years. Actually, over 46 years, because I was a student too. I was not a National Honor Society student. I apologize for that. Yeah. Thank you, especially. I had a dream of becoming a teacher and a coach because people directed me in that direction. The teachers that I had, the coaches that I had, the wonderful parents that I had, and 6 other brothers and sisters that I had. They wanted to see me have success. But I'll tell you what, I got to live my dream, but it would have been impossible without the strongest woman I have ever met, and that's my wife, Diane. Former Miss Connecticut, I might add. I have some advice for you that I learned a long time ago. I was at a baseball camp. There's a lot of older coaches around, and they like to tell stories. And I asked this one coach, I said, how have you been so successful? What does it take? He gave me some advice that I just will never, ever forget. I never had. He said that it takes 3 important strong bones in order to be successful. You need a wishbone, you need a backbone, and you need a fun bone. The wishbone is you need to have a dream, a passion. My particular dream and passion was to be a teacher and coach. It could be a doctor, it could be a lawyer, it could be a teacher, it could be a principal, it could be a superintendent, it could be a sanitary engineer, it could be a custodian, it could be a carpenter, it could be a mechanic, whatever it is. Make it important, make it your passion. This is what I want to do. Don't let anyone deny you of that, because you can do it. But it takes the wishbone. If you don't have that bone first to begin with, you have nowhere to go. So find it. The backbone, probably second most important. And I always told my teams, you cannot be afraid to be the best. It's okay to be number 1. And nothing good comes easy. And it takes an awful lot of work. And along the way, you're going to fail. I failed. Believe me, I failed. But I picked myself back up and just kept going. And kept going until I think I got it right. Okay? You have to have a strong work ethic. If you're not willing to put the work into whatever it is you want to do, It's not going to happen. You're not going to be happy. You're going to wake up in the morning and say, oh, geez, I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to do this. It can't be that way. At the end of the day, you have to be able to, you get ready to go to bed, you look in the mirror, and you say to yourself, I did the very best I could today. I left it all out on the field. If you can't do that, then you've lost a day of your life, where you haven't done what it takes to be successful. I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about success. And finally, the funny bone. When you fail, you have to look in the face of adversity and laugh and say, I'm going to fix this. You bounce back. You find a way. Like I said, failure makes you successful because you learn from your mistakes. And you correct them. You find a better way. If you have to, don't give up, first of all. You can start all over again if you have to. Right from the ground up. That's okay. Like I said, I've fallen before, but I did not give up. So those are your 3 bones. If you could just keep those in mind, it's a simple way to do it. You're going to be okay, I promise you. But you know that these people, both your parents, friends, and of course the faculty and staff at Rockville High School, they care about you. And they want you to see you be successful. Why would we do it? Why would I get up every day to what? 1,000 kids, giving me a hard time, not giving it back to them. If we didn't care, believe me, you are our extended family. And remember that. We'll always be there for you. Always. I'm not talking about today or tomorrow, I'm talking years from now. We'll be there. Just a couple other things that I have for you. I think it's very important, this is something that my parents instilled in me, is to give back to your community. Do I mean Vernon necessarily? You're not going to live here all your life, most of you. You're not as boring as I am. Okay? Whatever community that is, give back. Get involved somehow. Whether it be through athletics, community arts, whatever it is, get involved. Because it's your town, and it makes you proud. I love the town of Vernon. To this day, I take offense when somebody says, it's this town, that's why this isn't working. No, I beg to differ. This is a great place to live and to grow up. I want you to know that when I pass, and it's going to happen, guys. You feel like it's not going to live forever. And they prepare me for the wait. And they drain my blood. There's going to be some awful surprised people, because what they're going to see is blue and gold. I want to thank you for making my life rewarding. And good luck on your next journey. And remember this. Don't forget this. Elon, Landra, be on time and do the right
I say in all seriousness, very few times in my life have I had the opportunity to stand with a living legend, and we are now. When you guys, graduates, are old codgers like me, you'll be proud to say you knew Art Wheelock way back when. Art, thank you so much, and once again, we acknowledge you. For our first of 4 speakers, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our senior class co-president, Mr. Nick Bartos.
Good evening, family, friends, and teachers. I'll be honest, I was planning on this speech being done outside. For weeks, Mr. Wright and I had been practicing for a very special speech delivery. I was supposed to have my speech flown to me via drone. Although it is understandably unsafe to fly a drone inside of an auditorium with this many people around, there is no way that after all this time, practice, and replacement propellers, that I am not getting my speech delivered via drone today. So Mr. Wright, please lower the drone. Now I'm ready to begin. We escaped freshman year for a while. Between hurricanes and snowstorms, it felt like we spent more time out of school than we did in it. That's all right though. That was a year of change and transition, and the weather gave us all some well-needed time to acclimate to high school life. Sophomore year was the year to explore. This was the year that Amy decided to take an EMT class. This was also the year Amy decided that she didn't want to be in the medical field, but rather in education. This was the year that Matt decided it was time for him to come out to his friends and family. And this was the year that Whitney decided that she wanted to take a creative writing class, not knowing that this decision would lead her to be an award-winning writer. Junior year was the year to work hard. This was the year that Andrew worked days on end to buy his first truck. These were the nights that Steve stayed up working on his pre-calc homework until 3 in the morning. Brennan, Igor, and Vitali helped set the volleyball team up to get to the state championships for the first time ever. And this was the time that Bella decided to join the Army National Guard because she loves her country. Senior year was the year of watching our hard work pay off. Elijah had a personal record for the most tackles in a football season. This was the year that Erica finally recovered from her multiple leg injuries after working in physical therapy for months. And you know what? I can see it in her eyes. She's ready. She's ready to break it in. This was the year that Deanna and Zach took about Carnegie Hall because their award-winning writing, and also the year that all 209 of us stood together on the evening of June 16th to say our final goodbyes and in a few moments receive our diplomas. Our years at Rockville High School have been made easier because of the hard work of our 2 class advisors, Mrs. Fortin and Mrs. Hoffman. So to them, I'd like to say thank you. Each person sitting beside me has such an interesting story, and I wish I could tell them all. To be honest, I don't believe today is about the class of 2015 as a whole. I don't believe that we should be simply celebrating the fact that we now are holding a diploma in our hands. I believe today is a celebration of each individual and their accomplishments up to this point. Receiving these diplomas is simply another achievement to add to our lists. When people are walking down front and collecting their diploma, and maybe you don't know them, and maybe you are cold because you're right underneath the year event, and you're unenthusiastically clapping, waiting for your son or daughter, niece or nephew to get their diploma, I would like you to remember that we are not just accomplished students, but people who have, at times, failed, but picked ourselves up and overcome obstacles, dreamed, reached for our goals, and have been making a place for ourselves in this world for the past 18 years. We should not be celebrating a piece of paper, but rather who we are, where we came from, and where we're going.
Thank you so much, Nick, and thank you for the hard work we did all this year. And now it gives me great honor to introduce our Student Council President, Ms. Erica Mallory. Erica?
Well, I don't have a drone, so I'm just going to read mine. Good evening, parents, family, Principal Rocket, teachers, staff, and graduating class of 2015. I'd first like to take a moment to thank all the parents and family members and all of the teachers that have helped us get here at this moment. Our time has finally come. For the past 4 years, we have felt that this time would never arrive, and now it is here. In a few short moments, we will walk across the stage and receive our high school diploma. It is amazing how time has flown by. When we first stepped into the halls of RHS, we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. But it was a journey we entered in together and soon leave together. Some of us might never speak of our high school years again, and some of us will continue lifelong friendships with people we have shared this journey with. In some way, in our own way, we will always remember the class of 2015. Freshman year feels like just yesterday. As we walked into our first block classes, we felt like we owned the world because we were finally able to chew gum, wear hats, and bring backpacks into classrooms. It was a big deal, I promise. In reality, we were on the bottom of the high school food chain. We figured out how high school worked by going to football games, pep rallies, joining clubs, and trying out for a new sport to find our place. When sophomore year rolled around, we had a year under our belts. We continued to make our mark on Rockville as we grew as individuals and as a class. Now that we had a handle on our journey, we continued being involved within the school and even in our community. Between the volleyball lock-in, homecoming, Band-Aid, and the excitement of sending flowers and ghostgrams, we created more memories that will be with us forever. Finally, we made it to the halfway point and achieved the status of upperclassmen. We enjoyed the excitement of free blocks and participated in Powder Puff. We all started to think about our futures and began to look into colleges and careers. We danced the night away at our Starry Night themed junior prom. As the year flew by, the reality of our departure was looming. Then came senior year, which has been a whirlwind from the start. The panic of resumes, the Common App, and scholarships were upon us. Soon, the stress died down and the excitement of college acceptance letters took over. Sadly, we were not able to have our senior Powder Puff game, but the boys showed off their moves in the Mr. RHS pageant, and Andrew Foreman, making a statement as always, was crowned the king with Elijah by his side in a little black dress. After studying, taking exams, and filling our brains with knowledge, it is time to graduate. While our hearts are heavy from the loss of a close friend, we stand here today as the class of 2015 for the last time as we depart from Rockville High School. Through all the ups and downs, we have finally made it, and we are ready to see what the future has in store. We will always be remembered. Some of us for taking up the orange hull in the morning, some of us for their amazing artistic talents, and some of us for our own unique reasons. We have all left our mark on this school, and I wish everyone the best of luck in your futures. As we depart from high school and embark our future, I leave you with this poem from Alon Shamar called Advice from a Tree. Stand tall and proud. Sink your roots deeply into the earth. Reflect the light of your true nature. Think long term. Go out on a limb. Remember your place among all living beings. Embrace with joy the changing seasons, for each yields its own abundance. The energy and birth of spring, the growth and contentment of summer, the wisdom to let go of the leaves in the fall, and the rest and quiet renewal of winter. Feel the wind and the sun, and delight in their presence. Look up at the moon as it shines down upon you, and the mystery of the stars at night. Seek nourishment from the good things in life, simple pleasures, earth, fresh air, light. Be content with your natural beauty. Drink plenty of water. Let your limbs sway and dance in the breezes. Be flexible, remember your roots, and enjoy the view. Congratulations to class of 2015.
Thank you so much, Erica, and thank you also for the work you did on behalf of the class of 2015. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our next two speakers. The next two get here because They're smart, but everybody's smart. But the salutatorian and valedictorian, they get here because they put hundreds of hours of work in. Work, work, work. That's what got them here. So to our next speaker, our salutatorian, Ms. Haley Hasty. Haley?
First of all, I'd like to thank all those in attendance. I'd like to thank my classmates, teammates, and friends for making my high school experience so memorable. I'd like to thank all the teachers, coaches, and mentors for their dedication to preparing us for life after high school. Finally, I'd like to thank all the parents, guardians, and families sitting here today, because none of the graduates would be here without your support. Like me, many of my fellow classmates have been at Rockville High School for 4 years. It is hard to be in any place or with any group of people for 4 years and not leave some type of impact on that place or those people. Some of us will be remembered for our athletic abilities, artistic talents, or musical gifts. Others will be remembered for having the most school spirit, always making people laugh, being the friend we all turn to, or having a great sense of style. I think I know what I'll be remembered for. I'm that girl who was always running. And it's true, running was a huge part of my high school experience. When people ask me why I run, I usually don't have an overly profound response. My answer is quite simple. I just do. But if I'm really being honest, there is a little bit more to it. I like to run because it has taught me simple lessons that I can apply to all aspects of life. The first lesson that I have learned from running is that if I want to succeed at something, I have to be self-motivated. It is so much easier to work hard when you say, I get to run today, rather than I have to run today. While there's only a single word different, that single word changes everything. I've learned through high school that I gravitate towards the things that I am passionate about, the things I get to do. No one can force anyone to do the work that is necessary to reach success. Coaches might give a workout, or college advisors and teachers might suggest finding a study group. But unless something is important to us, most of us will find an excuse to get out of putting in the work. Even though I love running, I'll admit that about half the time, I'm not really too thrilled about doing my workout. But most of those days, I feel great when the workout is over. I overcame my self-imposed obstacles and did what I knew needed to be done. Sometimes the hardest part about working towards a goal is simply mustering up the motivation to start. Motivational speaker Steve Maraboli said that, sometimes the greatest thing to come out of all your hard work isn't what you get for it, but what you become for it. I challenge all of us to find something that we love and work extremely hard for it, because even if we don't reach our goals, we will still be better and stronger than when we started. Running has taught me that I don't need to put in heroic efforts in order to become successful. Consistent efforts for extended periods of time produce results. Runners do not achieve personal best times in a race as the result of one phenomenal workout. They get better and better as the result of determination, motivation, and consistent efforts. Some might work hard for a week, a month, a year, not see any results, and then give up on their goal because they want instant gratification. If you want to be successful at something, you have to be in it for the long run. After we receive our diplomas tonight, we will all be headed in different directions. When we go to college, join the armed forces, or start working, I challenge each of us to do two things. First, find our passions. Secondly, work as hard as we possibly can, doing what we love to do for an extended period of time. If we each do these things, I guarantee that we will find success and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Haley. You're a fabulous representative of Rockville High School. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our valedictorian of the class of 2015, Ms. Erin Brownell.
To my fellow graduates, my teachers and school staff, thank you for making the past 4 years a great experience. Today, my hope is that the students in my graduating class will look back on their experience at RHS with good memories and good friends. Whether or not this is the case, we have now reached a pivotal point in our lives. In the words of Steve Jobs, founder and CEO of Apple, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. When we were first ushered into high school, our teachers, our guidance counselors, and our principal all told us that we had the chance to create who we wanted to be. And we did just that. We have all grown into people who are different from those that existed 4 years ago. Through the ups, downs, easy choices, difficult choices, good days and bad days, we tried to make ourselves better. I believe one of the main sources of my growth was in embracing challenges, even when I felt overwhelmed by them. For the past 2 years, I pushed myself to my limits with my heavy course load and after-school activities. My thought was that it was near impossible for me to do it all, and there were times when I felt I'd gotten in over my head. I found that the key to facing pressure was to take one day at a time, and to remember that, in the end, I was doing this for myself. Motivation had to come from a personal desire to see myself succeed. I've learned that in order to reach your potential, you cannot let self-doubt get in your way. If you tell yourself you can accomplish something, and you truly want to accomplish it, then I believe that you can. We entered high school as naive freshmen, and now stand before our friends and families as knowledgeable individuals ready to take on the challenges that come with independence. Our education has given us the foundation we need to find success in our lives. Now, as we head into college, the workforce, the military, or wherever the future takes us, we have the same opportunity as when we first came to Rockville High School. We have another chance to create the person we want to be in our new lives. My wish for everyone is that we remain true to our hearts and intuitions. I hope that we find our own voices and that we have the courage to use them. To become the people we want to be, sometimes we have to overcome other people's expectations and even our own ideas of what we are capable of. Don't settle for who you are supposed to be. Rather, reach for who you want to be. As high school students, we have encountered both struggles and successes. Looking back, we are all deeply grateful to the people who believed in our potential and helped us along the way. Without them, we would not be the same individuals that we are today. We have all accomplished so much more than just earning a diploma. We have completed the part of life called childhood. We have developed into adults who are ready to start taking our lives into our own hands. There are opportunities in every direction. Don't be afraid to seize them. Thank you for your time, and congratulations to all the graduating seniors.
Thank you, Erin. We're very proud of you, and we're so pleased to have you represent the class of 2015 as their valedictorian. And now, in vocal tribute to the class of 2015, the Rockville High School Vocalistas in Vocal Motion, conducted by our choral director, is Rachel Shuttleworth.
teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. You used to wrap me in the cradle of your arms. You said you'd hold me till the pains of life were gone. You said you'd comfort me in times like these, and now I need you, and now I need you. And you are gone. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. I think on the things that made me feel so wonderful when I was young. I think on the things that made me laugh, made me dance, made me sing. I think on the things that made me grow into a being full of pride. I think on these things, for they are true. I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. I thought that you were gone, but now I know you're with me. You are the voice that whispers all I need to hear. I know a please, a thank you, and a smile would take me far. I know that I am you, and you are me, and we are one. I know that who I am is numbered in each grain of sand. I know that I've been crossed again and better again and again and again. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin conferring diplomas. We've sort of mapped it out today. The diplomas will be handed out down at that end of the stage. As you see in the back of the program, the graduates are listed in order that we generally present the diplomas. We think the best way will be for you to come down this aisle to take a picture. When you've finished your picture, cross around front and head down that way. That way we'll try to keep it from getting jammed up. We'll give it our best shot. And now to present the high school class of 2015, I call to the stage our Superintendent, Dr. Conway, and Board of Ed Chair, Ms. Fisher.
Vernon Board of Education Chair, Mrs. Ann Fisher, members of the Board of Education, Mayor Daniel Champagne, members of the Town Council, Senator Guglielmo, Principal Mr. Andrew Rocket, Assistant Principals Mr. Edward Brewer and Mrs. Lindsay Tringali, faculty, parents, relatives, and friends, welcome to this incredible evening. Members of the class of 2015, for the past 13 years, we, your teachers, administrators, and parents have been trying to provide you with an education. We have provided opportunity after opportunity for you to learn skills and knowledge that will provide you for the basis for learning in the future. Yeah, it's not over yet. You still have more learning to do. It'll help you get a good job, into a good college, and be successful in whatever you choose. As Haley said, look at your passion. Each one of us has high hopes for each one of you. Look at your teachers here in the audience. Look at your family and your friends. Can you see that pride? Can you see that hope? They are more excited now than you are, believe it or not. However, more than we want you to become a doctor or a lawyer or a plumber, we want you to become a good person and make the world a better place. You are now adults and very shortly high school graduates. We hope that your learning has provided you with the foundation to become someone who can and will make a difference in the world, and indeed, make it a better place. On behalf of the Vernon Board of Education and the Central Office Administration of the Vernon Public Schools, I congratulate you, the members of the class of 2015, on your commencement, your beginning. Vernon Board of Education Chair, Mrs. Ann Fisher, I certify to you that the students before you have fulfilled all the requirements for a Rockville High School diploma and are ready to graduate. Thank you.
Riley James Offet. Natalie Acevedo. Ashley Susan Williams. Zachary Michael Adams. Manan Agoy. Whitney Ase Ajamai. Ben Allen. Sarah Marie Alvarez. Muhammad Kamal Ali. Kenya Anderson. Nicholas Troy Anderson.
Mitchell Armstrong. Adam Christopher Arnold. Ryan P. Bacon. Vitaly Bagatrevich. Alize Natalia Barnard. Shelby Sienna Barnes. Michelle Lorraine Barrett. Devin Berry. John Francis Bartlett III. Brandon Joseph Bartold. Nicholas Stephen Bartos. Tyler William Collier.
Ryan Philip Becker. Aisha S. Bell. Igor Balick. Logan Raymond Blaisdell. Stephen James Wanyar. Samantha Elizabeth Fossey. Miranda Marie Catherine Boucher. Faith Kelsey Brea. Michaela Rose Raysfield. Erin Diana Brownell. Derek Jameson Cole. Chase Busenbark.
Tori Elizabeth Boussier. Michael Max Calvelli. Jonathan Camacho. Amy Elizabeth Camp. Christopher John Cardinal. Daylon Joseph Carnell. Jacob Cashman. Dejanay LaPrincia Castleberry. Shay Victoria Cavalieri. Cassandra Diana Chapados. Richard Chassé. Zachary A. Chessie. Avery Lee Christensen.
Asia Chugaria. Carly Margarita Clayton. Julianne Marie Colby. Amanda Lynn Colombo. Scott John Colombo Jr. Kaylee Rose Camolo. Lauren Rebecca Contreras. Nicholas Alexander Cortez. Sasharna Cousins. Gabrielle Marie Cruz. Christine Chesnowski. Brandon Michael Daigle. Benton Garrett Damiano.
Alondra Diane Daniel. Brett Michael Davis. Catherine Francis Davis. Brian James Dawson. Ian Michael Dawson. Alex Ryan DiGiacomo. Alicia Desiree Dillman. Tatiana Renee Demowski. Kaylee Mariah Dion. Zachary M. Dion. Thomas Gerald Dondero.
Epler. Samantha Lee Fazzino.
Ryan A. Fisher. Emma Marlene Flavel. Seamus Patrick Foley. Andrew Bassett Foreman. Katrina Marion Fraser. Samantha S. Frazier. Odessa May Gollin. Devin Gilknight. Brennan Nicholas Gerard. Erin Elizabeth Ganyu. Cassidy Ann Grabner. Jared Paul Uminiak.
Sterling Albion Harmon III. Thomas James Harvey. Haley Lynn Hasty. Emily Rose Hawley. Caitlin Alyssa Hennessy. Grant W. Hobbs. Andrew Michael Honan. Joy Deanna Holder. Alex Frank Ruby Jr. Raheem Huff. Tyler Kevin Hall. Tiffany Johnson. Tyler Thomas Johnson. Christina Nicole Haynes.
Giovanni William Kennan. Denasia LaShawn Kennedy Smith. Ashley Yvonne Hinsman. Elijah Joseph King. Avery Ashton Kinney. Taylor Rain Krajewski. Jesselyn Marie Lamonti. James Andrew Lamoureux. Brianna Morgan Lasky. Courtney Arlene LaValle. Elijah May Leach. Leilania Shea LeBrun.
Jacqueline Taylor Leonard. Andre Lawrence Lizette. Joshua Matthew List. Ashley Nicole Little. Kiana Marie Little. Ethan Zachary Logan. Miriam Luganbuhl. Taylor Marie Mackholz. Aaron Jeffrey McCann. Joey Lee Walter Maddox. Matthew Joseph Maguda. Marissa Nicole Main.
Erica Elizabeth Rebecca Mallory. Zachary John Malouf. Samuel Jacques Marcotte. Riley Joseph Marcelloni. Jacob Thomas Marley. Taylor Marie Mariner. Quentin Jerome Martin. Petra Christina Martinelli. Selena Marie McFadden. Haley Genevieve Meek.
Miller. Brooke Taylor Mitchell. Jasmine Raynette Mohammed. Sean Barry Monahan. Brett Adam Montmany. Samantha Morales. Cody Quinton Morgan. Robin G. Morrow. Mary Lynn Mulero. Stephanie Sophia Murtha. Matthew Soon Weum. Benjamin Israel Nutt.
Jordan Brianna Ouimet. Genevieve Ann Nicole Overholzer. Bradley James Owen. Bishop James Brian Walter Pacheco. Spencer Collins Paget. Brianna Marie Helke. Deanna Marie Pellegrino. Dylan Joseph Pelletier. DeAndre Leandro Jose Luis Perez. Alexander Julian Polanco.
Zachary Wayne Polanski. Victoria Rose Krivos. Molly Constance Riccio. Idalia Ivelisse Rivera. Michael Josiah Rivera. Christy Ann Rocha. Richard Jr. Roman. Scott Rockhammer. Ronald Salvatore Russo III. Cassandra Ray Shambach. Jonathan Chapman Schiebel. Brennan Dean Schlittbach.
Cassidy J. Schmidt. Michaela Deja Secor. Trevor Michael Siders. Gisandra Serrano. Callie May Arlene Simler. Keith Charles Simmons. Morgan Mackenzie Scully. Jonathan Robinson Solis. Gregory Marcel St. Germain. Mason Lucian St. Germain. Ashley Nicole Sterrett. Gregory Jude Schrammel. Gabriella Marie Sweets.
Brianna Suzanne Tedford. Colton Faulkner Trahan. Timothy Tromley. Austin John Wagner. Elizabeth Catherine Ward. Ryan Eric Werner. Cheyenne Louise West. Nathaniel Dylan Whippy. All right, grandson! Jeremy Joseph Warren. Emily Rose Young. Alexandra Magdalena Zajuchkowska. Kaylee Shea Campino. Cole Zadanis.
Ladies and gentlemen, we started a new tradition here at Rockville High School where we asked the teachers to form a gauntlet down the hallway as the new graduates are led out. So at this time we're going to dismiss our faculty. We ask everyone else and of course the graduates to stay here while we dismiss our faculty. While our faculty departs, I want to recognize that graduation is truly a community effort. I want to specifically thank Public Works for the fabulous job they did preparing our facility. Our custodians and maintenance staff, who while we waited out the rain, set up both inside and outside to the very last minute. They truly went above and beyond for the graduates. Our class advisors, Ms. Hoffman and Ms. Fortin, we thank you very much. Our agricultural science and technology staff and students for the fabulous and beautiful plants. The entire staff of Rockville High School for your efforts on behalf of our graduates, the parents and family and friends, and the community. So let's give them all a round of applause. Traditionally, the moving of the tassel at graduation is called the turning of the tassel, or turning of the tassel ceremony. It symbolizes one's transition from candidate to graduate. Standard protocol in the United States dictates that the tassel be worn on the right side of one's mortarboard at the commencement, and then during the ceremony, it is moved to the left side. The ceremony is one of great import, and it welcomes graduates to the world of academia, because truly you will be lifelong learners. To lead the class of 2015 in the turning of the tassel, I call upon the co-presidents of the class of 2015 to perform their last official duties, Ms. Erica Mallory and Mr. Nick Bartels.